What is, oh my goodness, I forgot to hold it off for 30 seconds. Okay, you guys are gonna have to wait 30 seconds. YouTube just loves cutting my stream out. I'm doing laundry right now to pass the 30 seconds. Okay, and this is probably more than 30 seconds, but just a moment. If you hear all these like noises in the background, that's from the dishwasher and the washing machine. So I'm running both simultaneously because I know that whenever I stream, I usually stream for about 30 minutes or so, and that takes about the time for dishwasher and washing machine. Okay, so I slept really late today. I slept about 4 a.m. because of what was going on with time zones. So, my ex lives in Hawaii. I'm in New York, and we have, I think, about a 5-6 hour time zone difference, something like that. So, if I want to catch them at night, I have to stay up late, and it's not really the most pleasant thing to do. So, I had a bunch of questions, and I wanted to know because if you guys caught my stream yesterday, he confirmed that he had the Ledger Nano S. He said that he lost the recovery phrase, and when you buy this, you get, I think, 2 or 3 sheets for the recovery phrase, and then of course you come in the box and they tell you specifically, right? Make sure that you write down all the words. So when you have this little thing, it looks like a little USB. Let me show you guys this. When you look at it, it kind of looks like a little USB drive. So you plug it into your computer. You're supposed to put in the PIN code. I think the PIN code is either 4 or 5 numbers. And if you input it in incorrectly 3 times, it wipes itself. And the only way you can access your wallet is through the seed phrase. So you have 24 words, and you're supposed to write it down when you set this thing up, and that's how you get into it. So right now he is at two tries for the pin, and I was asking him, like, what happened to the seed phrase. So I knew that there was a pin code, but because I wasn't very familiar with the ledger, I'm thinking, like, this is his stuff. He's more familiar with this cryptocurrency stuff. Mind you, this is about 2017 when we had this conversation. So he assures me, everything's fine. He has all the paperwork, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward 2021, Bitcoin is now, I think, 43, 46K, 47K. I want to get my Bitcoin. I want to get my Ethereum out. So in case you guys are out of the loop, I gave him $2,000 back around 2017. I'm telling him to invest the money for me. I asked him several times for the balance. He never told me it, or he said, oh, he wrote it down somewhere. So yesterday I asked him, and the day before, it's like, I wanted to know what happened. So he's messaging me, replying, not taking initiative. I have to chase after my money, right? And then he tells me he found the box for the Ledger Nano S. but he doesn't have the recovery phrase. He has a sheet, but the phrase that he wrote, the seed, the 24 words, is missing. And he has one sheet, but I guess maybe it has like 2 or 3 copies. And I basically like, I know I shouldn't do this, but I was thinking to myself like, how the hell do you lose a seed? And then he starts telling me things like, oh, Erica, I had a, I had a health scare, and I was not, I felt like I was dying, and so I was cleaning up, and as a result of that, I just, I could have just tossed it away. And I'm like, you don't check the stuff when you throw it away. And then it's just like, I was thinking to myself, how the hell do you keep the Ledger Nano S box, but you don't keep the paperwork associated with the box? See, it's just really something to me. So yeah, he has the paperwork for the box. He has a box itself. He has the Ledger Nano S, but the seed is mysteriously gone. And I like dumbfounded. So I asked him, I'm like, how did you lose the PIN number? You didn't remember the PIN number, you never checked it, or since 2017, because you guys know, right? I have 2 accounts. I have a TD Ameritrade account. I have my regular account. I have a Robinhood account. I check that stuff at least once a year. So the TD Ameritrade account is like I log in periodically. I just find it really shocking that when you hear about Bitcoin being in the news, and this is someone who used to pride themselves about investing. In fact, I got so much crap about my portfolio at one point because he was telling me, he said, Eric, I invested into JD. It's very open that JD, I bought it in, I think 2018 at 10-50%. I felt like crap because that was 25% of my holdings. So my portfolio was in the negative up until this actually last year because JD tanked. The CEO got arrested. It's an unforeseen kind of thing, but I believed in the long term about JD. So while I was dating him, I remember he told me, he said, Erica, you're not a good investor because you don't do your research. My friends are doubling their money, they're tripling their money because they do their research. And I told him, I said, you understand that the standard rate of return for stocks is 7 to 10% a year, right? And I'm in the negative because of one holding. That's just tanking the rest of the portfolio because it was a 50% drop. So the other stuff, it was hard for it to kind of balance out with that huge drop. But yeah, he just gives me crap about it, and it's like I never forgot that kind of thing. So when he was telling me, he was investing, and he was looking at his portfolio, and he invested some money. I guess he had people that were doing better than Warren Buffett in returns. But yeah, so I assumed that he would be looking through this Ledger Nano S every year, because if you're into investing, you hear about the price of Bitcoin. You guys hear about the price of Bitcoin this year. It's unavoidable, right? So allegedly, according to him, he never bothered to check the Ledger Nano S at all between 2017 and until I contacted him. So yeah, it's just I was just like, really? You didn't check this stuff at all? Very, very, very strange. And Bitcoin has been everybody's been talking about it. If I had Bitcoin, I would check into it. And I thought I had Bitcoin on that Ledger Nano S. So when he told me he lost the recovery phrase, the 24 words and the PIN code, I think I know what the PIN code is, but I don't really want to chance it in the event that I'm wrong, because it could be anything. It could be like, it could be several different combinations that I have off the top of my head but I'm not too sure if that's really it. I never accessed it, but I have a pretty good feeling what it could be. But I don't want to chance it because it's going to reset itself, right? So manipulation. So I did some research online yesterday, and I found there is this I'll show it to you guys. There is this guy who's kind of like a hacker of sorts. It's Dave. So he does this wallet recovery service, and allegedly, not financial advice, just sharing this thing that I found online, right? So allegedly, this guy does brute forcing for passcodes, paraphrases, and seeds to get into the wallet. His cut that he wants is 20%. I was looking online and people were saying, yeah, he's well known in the Bitcoin community. People can't access their wallets and he is trustworthy. People say that, yeah, he just takes 20%. And then because of the way Bitcoin is, you can actually track that stuff. You can confirm that only 20% was taken out. So I send them off an email, right? And because I see over here, let me show you guys. I see over here, I'm like, oh, he talks about like Nano, right? This is a Ledger Nano S. Maybe he can find it. Like, yeah, sure, take the 20%. I'll take 20% gone, then 100%. I send him an email, and this is the email that I get. Hi, Erica. Thanks for getting in touch. Unfortunately, I'm not able to work on your Ledger hardware directly, so I'll not be able to extract your seed words if you sent it to me. Honestly, at this point, the only option is to find the seed. I know it's not a great option, but it is what the Ledger developers went to great lengths to ensure. The only way in is via seed words. Oh my gosh. It sucks. It sucks. So even if you ask a person who has a business to get into this ledger, they can't get into it because of the way it is. I mean, this thing is so secure, right? But I'm also going to share with you this because I was looking at this Ledger Nano S. People said that sometimes they buy Ledger Nano S's from Amazon, and they buy it directly from Amazon, and then it already has, let's say, a PIN code or something inserted in there. They put in their Bitcoin or their crypto, and then it gets stolen. So yes, there's some people who actually buy this kind of hardware, put some sort of, I don't want to say malware, and when people load on their crypto, it goes directly into another person's wallet, so that person gets scammed. It's some freaking scary stuff, and it's not just one thing I heard. I've read it from several different individuals posted online. And I also got a warning from another individual who told me, yeah, you got to watch out for this stuff, Erica, if you do decide to get, let's say, something like a Ledger Nano S. Yeah, so, and then other people say that there's some sort of there's several issues with the Ledger Nano S that people have concerns about, and it just makes me very uneasy. I don't know how people normally store cryptocurrency. On a hardware, but from what I'm hearing, like a number of people lose their PIN codes, lose their seed words, they get scammed, yeah, and then the Bitcoin just disappears into oblivion. And because it's not FDIC insured or anything, right? It's not like you have a bank that you could put your crypto in locally. You have to do it on these sites or something like that. It's just, oh, crazy. So it seems that unless the seed words are found, I'm not going to be able to access, I'm not going to be able to get anything out of that Ledger Nano S because it is so freaking secure, not even a hacker can get to it. And I think about it, like some people would really pride themselves and say, oh, it's really great, but I also read about other people saying, listen to this, they copy down the seed words, and they had not just themselves write it, but another person. So they had two copies of this. And allegedly, even when they put in the two copies, two different people copied the same seed words in, let's say, a year or two later, they weren't able to access their ledger. It's strange, but yeah, it actually happens where people say the words that were written down, it just isn't working. And it just kind of scares me because some people, they say, oh, okay, well, I didn't want to have any possible of a mess up. So what I did is I took a picture of my seed words and then I emailed it to myself. And you know what happens? Then their email gets compromised. I don't know how the hell those other people know what their address is. And then from, let's say if it's on Google Photos or something, or like even an email that they didn't share with anybody, it's their account somehow gets compromised, and it just raises so many flags. It gives me anxiety thinking about, like, if I had cryptocurrency and let's say I had a sizable amount, well, anything's actually sizable to me, and then I held on to it for 10 years, entered the seed words, it doesn't freaking work. um I take a picture of it or the seed, and somehow, I don't know, some person gets my Google photo, or yeah, you're not supposed to take pictures of the seed words because they say you don't want to have a digital copy floating around them. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe that's the time you actually no. Maybe that's the time you get one of those Fujifilm cameras. You know what I'm talking about? The Fujifilm Instax, the ones where you Kodak one where you take the picture and then the photo instantly shoots out. Like maybe that's what you could do instead. But just some scary man. Just some real scary stuff. And I'm sure there's some people who have their Bitcoin. Okay, the photo face. Crap. I'm sure there's some people who have Bitcoin in some of these wallets, and just this stuff happens, and then they lose their money or they lose their cryptocurrency, and it's off into the oblivion. So I am in that situation where the crypto, if it was purchased, right, it's probably lost. I don't think my ex will go out and tear down his room to find the recovery phrase. Like for me, if I was in his situation, I would be looking through every single file, every single thing in the room. But from my experience, because I've been poking and prodding at him, like he's basically like, I have to nudge him to do anything, kind of thing. Like he's not gonna take initiative or say, oh yeah, oh this is what I found, kind of thing, or like I'm really gonna look hard for it. So that I'm like, I lose hope on that, right? So um it just saddens me a lot. So I don't want anybody to be in my situation. I know some people would say, Erica, it's your damn fault. You should have moved this onto your own Ledger, Nano S, or something else. And 100%, 100%. Like if I had, but I want to figure a way out, because I do plan on investing a little money into Bitcoin. Not a big amount of money. Like, I tossed in, how much money did I toss into GME? I think I tossed like $1,000 into GME. But yeah, it's like if I lose it, no big deal. But if it gains a lot of money, then great. I recently bought something because I thought, hey, maybe it will make me money someday. Maybe if it pans out, and if it doesn't, I'm out only like $50. So I like to nibble at certain investments, and sometimes the returns work out really well. Sometimes the returns kind of turn into a bust, but I don't like going all into anything. So I did talk to ex, confronted him about it, and he told me that he would Venmo me the money, the $2,000. So yeah, I gotta set up a Venmo account and then get the cash that way, and then I can put the money into cryptocurrency. And I'm planning to average down. So right now it is like 40, 43, 46K. Put a small amount in, and then wait a bit. And then if it rises, if I have profit, then I can average up, right? But if it drops down significantly to, let's say, 35K, then I can put more money in. The whole idea behind it, and I feel really stupid in a sense that I didn't do this earlier, but Technically, I did. This was in 2007. It's 2017. It's just the freaking investment come on poof, and it is a very very big learning lesson for me. And but I need some advice about how I can securely keep this kind of stuff, because I don't want it to be like, okay, something happens. Let's say I have like a Leg Nano S. Let's say a fire breaks out or something like that, right? And then my seed is destroyed and Nano S is destroyed, and um, yeah, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. It's like I feel like I have to protect this a lot more, a 1,000% than a regular stock portfolio. Some people say that they use like safety, like bank security boxes, safety deposit boxes for this stuff. Banks are not really known for getting broken in. Other people say that yeah, other people say like they put it in like a fireproof safe or something in their house, and like yeah, like one of those fireball. I think that's what you call it, a firebox. Other people say like the only way you can keep your seed safe is make an incision in your skin and put it in some, put it underneath your layer of skin. That way you'll never lose it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, but I just don't, whenever I decide to make a purchase of crypto, which I am planning to do, I know some people would say, Erica, you're really late to the game. It's just going to go down. I have reason to believe that even if it does go down, then it'll probably bounce back up, just because Bitcoin hasn't really crashed. And if it does, if it does completely go down and I lose my complete investment, that's kind of the thing that happens. Never invest money that you absolutely cannot lose. And I've been really lucky that my portfolio seems pretty damn healthy, so I'm not worried about that. So in case you guys didn't know, my losses from GME and my losses from yeah, my losses from GME is gone away. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, I was thinking a Polaroid over here. I'm gonna, turn off. I'm gonna get the seat in, take a picture of it. Have an old style flashlight over there. Turn off all. Go in the closet. Have a flashlight shining at it, and be like, okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this thing, and nobody is gonna get a digital copy of it. But in the event, let's say a fire breaks out, then I would be kind of screwed, because I'm like, frick, my seat is burned away. Yeah, so I don't want that. Again, people who try emailing it to themselves, I don't know how the hell it happens, but their account gets hacked, or their seed gets stolen and their funds get stolen, and they're just absolutely shocked. Then you can misplace it. I've heard some people say, there's this one guy, right? He had like about $300 million worth of Bitcoin on an old computer hard drive. I think he was in the UK. Then he was cleaning his desk. He decided to throw out the hard drive, and by the time he realized the hard drive was gone, I think like a year later or so, he told the UK like, hey, let's excavate the dump site so we can grab it, because it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And they said no. They said that the weight of the garbage plus all the fumes, just probably destroy the hard drive. And doing that kind of search on a landfill for a tiny little computer drive, right? That's just crazy. So I want to do a long-term investment, and if it pans out, 10 years from now, if it shoots up and it's like 120k, 100k, 200k, who knows what the hell the price of Bitcoin will be. At least I can say I have a little sliver of it, and I can always look back, and I'm very open about this. You guys know I'm very open about my mistakes, my fuck ups, and I see it as a way to grow. I see it as a way to learn, and hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did. I make less and less mistakes as I get older. That's what I find out. I still hold GME. As I said, whenever I look at GME right now, it's like I see it. I see the fight that the Wall Street bets people are doing. They want to bring it back to, let's say, 80, 90, $100. And I see it swing. So sometimes it'll go up 8%, and then other times it'll go down 7%. It seems like it kind of stays around like the $55 range. It is a very admirable battle. But whenever I see these volatile stocks and I think like, oh, Erica, throw money into the volatile stocks, I look at Jimmy and it tells me don't do it. So I don't do it anymore. I'm going to go with my safer investments, and I'm just going to hold as a long, continue with my old game plan. And that way I don't have to worry about my stock so much. I have been moving around. I have been looking at my all the holdings in my stocks, trying to see what is kind of holding back my portfolio, what I should probably downsize. And yeah, I sold off Anthem for $300 a share today. I think I was at like a 25% gain or 22% gain, something like that, over the last 3 years, which is kind of, in my opinion, kind of pitiful compared to my other stocks. You look at Amazon, yeah, it just doesn't go like that. 22% is just like packing peanuts compared to Amazon. So take out the funds, invest it in something that possibly grows a little better, and yeah, I want to have a better portfolio. Okay. Yeah, so I just want to make sure my freaking thing won't disappear. Like, I'm kind of worried because, like, I also shared with you guys. Hold on. I also shared with you guys that I had an ex that was mining Bitcoin, another ex, that was mining Bitcoin using these like $5,000 servers around earlier than 2011. And he was doing this. He had a good amount of Bitcoin, and then Mt. Gox got hacked and he lost all his Bitcoin. And I distinctively remember we had a conversation because he casually mentioned Bitcoin. And he said, oh, yeah, Bitcoin's $200. And I was thinking, what is Bitcoin? And then he told me about it, and then I said, "Oh, maybe we should get into Bitcoin. Maybe you should mine Bitcoin again." And he's like, "Nah, Erica, $200. It's too late." So that was the end of the conversation. I could see he was a little hurt by it, so I didn't pursue it myself because I thought, okay, well, he knows more about this stuff than me, and if he says it's not worth it at 200, then I'm just gonna follow. And yeah, that $200 would have been what, $200 a Bitcoin. Now it's at 46,000 or something. Yeah, lost time opportunity thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Some people have had choices, or they hear about opportunities. They don't take advantage of it. They don't really think much about it, and that's what happens. You miss out. Andrea wishes she was a miner back in the day. Yeah, here's the thing. I want to have a little piece because some people say things like Bitcoin should be $1 million a coin, or Bitcoin should be $500,000 a coin. Whatever happens to Bitcoin, you guys, whatever happens, I just want to say, okay, out of 25 million coins out there, I have a little piece of a Bitcoin. And if it becomes the greatest scam in history, which I highly doubt it will be, but some people talk about it that way, right? It's like everybody will remember it, and I could say, well, I still got my little sliver of Bitcoin. And by the way, you guys, not only do I have Bitcoin, I still have my 4 shares of GME. The extreme diamond hands, right? So yeah, I will be, I don't know how long I'll be holding on to GME. We'll see if GME hits 1,000 in 10 years. I doubt it. But yeah, it's just like I just want to see what happens to it. I'm very, very, very curious, and yeah. So that's why I mentioned that kind of stuff. So 1 out of 21 million or less, because I don't know how many. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like a bunch of Bitcoin that I imagine is lost into these Ledger Nano S's forever and ever and ever. But I did tell my ex to save the Ledger Nano S. Maybe one day in the future there will be some super hacker out there that can figure a way to get into that thing. But if not, just don't throw it away, right? Because then you lose 100% of the chance. And also, I don't want the thing thrown away, because what if he finds a seed, right? Needle in the haystack thing, but he comes across a seed and then he's able to retrieve it. I don't know if he would tell me if he retrieves it or not, but I hope it is found. Yeah, yeah, it's just, yeah. So there's a lot of like people. I was telling you guys about this too. I was telling you guys that I was thinking about getting a Ledger Nano S if I invested into Bitcoin. Now when I read into these kind of things, I just have so many concerns. It would break my heart if I took a Polaroid of this freaking thing and I took a picture of this thing, or it's like I have a digital camera of this thing. Like I got one of those old ass Fuji film cameras from 2002, took a picture, and then made sure it was on a computer that had no webcam, no internet access, and I opened it up. And then I look at it and I'm like, okay, pirate, Blackberry, wheat, haystack, and then I type in everything correctly and it still doesn't work out. Yeah, it would crush my. I want to get into Bitcoin just for a little bit, and if Bitcoin somehow, like the chances of Bitcoin doubling as fast as, let's say, other stocks, I think is kind of slim, but I've been proven wrong. It went from what, $10,000 to $30,000, $40,000, now close to $50,000. It doesn't seem like it's gonna crash, because you got institutions who are holding on to it, implementing it. I heard, Tesla, of course, you guys know, bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. I heard another solar company is going to accept Bitcoin as payment. But my concern about that, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is I'm worried about price volatility. Because you guys see, when you look at Bitcoin, one day it'll be 47K, and another day it'll be 43K, and maybe another day it'll be 37K. What I've been hearing is that there's this hope that Bitcoin will inevitably stabilize. And if it does stabilize, I'm curious to see what that price will be. All I know is that if you got more diamond hands people out there holding the Bitcoin, and I don't know what's going to happen to the price, right? But it's going to cause the price to shoot up. And yeah, so I have a Bitcoin on me. I do not want to let it go. If anything, I would just average down. And then when I hit my max amount that I want to invest into Bitcoin, I would say, okay, good luck, Bitcoin. We'll see if you hit $1 million or so. But we shall see. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. If you know what, if Bitcoin tanks hard, let's say if Bitcoin goes down to $10,000 or so, you're gonna hear me say, "Yeah, you guys remember when I put in money into Bitcoin and then yeah, I went down 75%." Yeah, but the thing about Bitcoin is, it's like whenever people think it's completely gone and it's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth, it always recovers. Always does. It's just the volatility is absolutely killer. So for me to preserve my mental sanity, I want to make sure that when I invest in Bitcoin, I keep it in a place. I'll look at it occasionally, but I'm not gonna say, man, I'm gonna be financially ruined if it goes down 50% in one year. You see, like the whole GME thing. Some people said stuff like, "Oh, I'm going all in. I'm putting all my money into retirement." And if you invest more money, I told you guys this before. If you invest more money in to anything, right, be it Bitcoin or stock, you get more gains from $1,000 than you do from $100. But when it tanks 50%, right, instead of losing $50 off $100 investment, you lose 500. So I know my limit, and yeah, I hope I hope it's I know my if my dad is watching this stream, he'll be like, "Oh my gosh, Erica, you're freaking gonna invest in Bitcoin?" Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it, and who knows? Who knows? I'll look at it and I'll see what happens over time. And if it goes up, I'll be like, yay, I got a little piece of it. If it goes down, okay, average down. The stock market did not do so well today for a little bit. After I posted, JD went up to $100. I kid you not, 22 minutes after I posted that thing, the stock market dropped. I was like, oh, for frick's sake, it's like the curse of the just down. So it went from $100 down to like $97. I was like, just my frickin' day. Record high for the stock market, and then just down kicks in. And yeah, Tesla I think was down 5% or so. I think it was like $810 last time I checked. I don't want to buy any more Tesla. I'm a little wary of it because like when I look at the month chart, it just is kind of sideways. So let me show you guys this really quick. Let's see, trading view. Oh, and I should, Lewis told me I should get rid of the BlackBerry emoticon because I'm not invested in BlackBerry. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to do any more volatility swings. But I will invest in Bitcoin because, you know what? There's a following, there's incorporation. I shared with you guys Visa. See, it's $811. Visa is having a Bitcoin cashback credit card. I think the annual fee is $200, and when you have major institutions buying into Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin as payments, uh, it's gonna go away. It just kind of confirms it being, I think the word is like a fiat currency. Is that the word for it? And as more people hop onto it, right? It just gets more and more popular, and then if there's only 21 million Bitcoin out there, right? If there's only 21 million Bitcoin out there, at some point, people are just going to have like super slivers of it. So whoever gets in early, because, there's going to be some people who say, hey, I can buy one entire Bitcoin at 44K right now. Let me just buy one Bitcoin. And then that way there's like 20,999,999,000 left kind of thing. And crazy. So yeah, I want to get a little sliver of it. We'll see how my averaging goes down. And right now it's 44K. I think it's gonna go a little down. I really do think it's gonna go back to the 30 somewhere in there, like maybe 37. And then if it does go around there, I'll buy. And then if it goes higher, then I'll either buy or wait. But I think right now like 44K, it's a little high, and I gotta make an account anyway. Okay, Ethereum. Yeah, so okay, I will do just what I was supposed to freaking do in 2017, which is Ethereum and Bitcoin. And you know what? Just because I want to have Dogecoin go to $1, I will keep an eye on Dogecoin just because, if people say like across the crypto communities, from what I'm reading, people say Dogecoin is a pump and dump, but I just think it's kind of funny. I just think it's kind of memey. And I know you'd be like, Erica, really? You like to really invest? You're gonna invest in Dogecoin? Just like a small amount, just because I could just have that stupid looking dog around. Yeah, I know someone who bought Ethereum back when it was like $700, if I remember correctly, and they still have one Ethereum coin. Yeah, yeah. I recently saw someone in a car, and they had a thing that said Doge to the moon, and I was kind of surprised. Like, see, I was looking at Dogecoin when I did my stream about cryptocurrency. You guys can look back at it. I think it was like last month or a month and a half ago. I was saying like I thought Dogecoin had a lot of potential because it was only 1 penny, but I never bought into it because I don't have a wallet. And then Dogecoin went to 4 cents, and then it went to 8 cents, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think now it's at 7 cents or so. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I could have made 7 times my money if I just bought Doge at 1 penny. I could have got like 100 Doges, right? So 100 Doges, if it turns into 100, if it turns into $1 each, equals $100, and yeah. But now, unfortunately. It's not like that. Nah, it's just Mimi. It's just Mimi. I wish I bought it at a penny because I could say, yeah, instead of those freaking pennies that cost, it costs more to make a penny than it is to than the value of the penny, right? The copper, the materials cost more than a penny. So it's like Dogecoin. I feel like the value of it, right? It doesn't cost a penny to make it. It's more economical. So that's why I like the idea. I was like, hey, so this thing is worth less than a penny, right? Because it's just like code or whatever that thing is, and if it's worth a penny, then yeah, it's not it's not the material cost isn't more than the value. Yeah, I know it's a meme crypto. It's a meme crypto. So yeah, it's something like I'm a big fan of averaging down, as you guys know. Freaking Tesla, 809. Oh, recover Tesla, recover. I did read that some people were blaming Tesla for the stock market dump today. They were saying things along the line of what were they saying? They were saying that they felt like Tesla kind of screwed up the stock market because they put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin took a little dump as well, and yeah, just not good. So oh, look at that. So let's look at my baby, just down. I'm not too hopeful about this, but is this it? I shouldn't talk about my stock that way. 98.78, go back to 100. So earnings, I think, is on March 2nd. I'm going to be tuned into it. You guys know I'm also invested in Amazon. Freaking Amazon is still sideways for the longest time. It's like 3,200 something. Let me show you guys this. Like, I believe in Amazon as a long. It just pisses me off when I see the stock chart, because yeah, I could have invested in a good chunk of other stocks, and I would see more gains in the last 6 months than I did see with this thing. So let's look at the chart. I'm just waiting, I am holding on to Amazon for dear life, and oh, okay. 6 month. Look at this. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know if I can zoom out. Can I zoom out? Okay, I have zoom over here. How do I zoom out? Oh, I think that is out. Yeah, I think that's out. What? How come this chart looks all screwed up today? Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Do I have a zoom out function? Okay, that's zoom in. Is there a zoom out, or am I just not seeing it? Okay, am I blind today and I don't see the zoom out function? Okay. Okay, I think this is okay. Yeah, okay, here we go. It's fixed. So yeah, if you look at the 6 month, it's just ugly. Like, this is one freaking ugly chart, you guys. Up, down, up, down. Up, oh no, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And it doesn't even hit that peak number that it hit back in October, because you can see this spike over here is 3,400. Back in October, it hit this stupid chart. Back in October, it hit, I think, 3,500. So we are right here right now, and I need it to get up to 3,500. Either that or this is going to be holding on to... It just sucks. It just sucks. I don't like looking at charts like this. I like looking at much cleaner charts. So this has been a big disappointment. And then I also have Just Down, that I have a lot more faith in Just Down than I have on Amazon. But I do know that if I let go of Amazon and then I look at it, I'll be like, man, Erica, why couldn't you just wait for those freaking 1 year or something and maybe it'll surge? I mean, Amazon is so big. I just kind of wonder what do they have to do to break out? So this is the 1 year chart of JD. You can see it just went up, 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 up. The 5 year chart of JD. This is so crap. I mean, this is a crap chart. Oh, why does my chart look so screwed up today? Am I doing something wrong? I wanna zoom. Okay, one day. What the hell is this? Okay. Let's see, let's go back to here. So we got this one, that's not it. We got this one. Okay. Yeah, sometimes trading view charts are pretty screwed up. And it's still screwed up. Okay, I can't fix the chart. The chart looks all screwed up for whatever reason. I don't know why. But if you looked at the chart, it looks like it's been going up. And it's just outside of the 5 days. So I have hope. I have hope that when earning comes out, I will be very, very happy. But if it goes back down to the 94 range or worse, the 88 range, I will cry and I will just be like, I can't win with this damn stock. Yeah, so did I sell Mara? I did not sell Mara, but I have a stop loss at 10%. So in the event that it drops down to 10% or whatever the price I bought it at, I bought it at 27.30. I think 10% higher is 30.03 if I remember correctly. So if it hits 30.03, I'm just going to cash because I don't want, I'm willing to allow it to drop, but I don't want it to go below a 10% profit. And I do have some faith in Mara. I do have some faith if crypto goes up, right? If crypto goes up, then Mara should go up, Riot should go up. So I'm willing to play around with that, but it's pretty damn volatile. Mara, in case you guys didn't know, Mara went down I think 14% today. Okay, so see, like look at this volatility, guys. Freaking blows my mind. So Mara was over here. And it was like 39, and then it freaking dropped hard when all the markets started dropping, and tick, 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 tick. And then it went all the way down to 30.78. So my sell price is 30.03, right? 30.82, and then it went up over here. At 34. I don't know if tomorrow it's gonna go lower or if it's gonna go higher, but I'm willing to keep it in there. Oh, let's see. AMC? How's AMC doing anyway? I didn't want to buy into AMC. Oh, AMC is still at $6. Okay, so that's not surprising. Last time I saw it, like the low was kind of around $6, right? So it's just like GME. I feel like people are like, we gotta pump this thing, we gotta keep it up. All the people who are, okay, so here we go. We are at $5 over here. It's just a struggle because if everybody just says frick it, let's just get out of AMC, let's go over to something. So yeah, as I was saying, I cut off, but okay, so I am at frickin' on data right now because the internet here is such a piece of crap. In case you guys like ever watch my stream and I sound robotic-y, that's because we got our internet or something like that. It's not the greatest and it cuts off in and out. Yeah, this apartment isn't that big, but I feel like the internet here is kind of spotty and it's not good. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I feel like if people want to pull their money out of AMC in mass droves and they're like, frick it, we're just gonna cut our losses, we're just gonna just sell it, because once you sell it, that's when you have a realized loss. So Mara, for example, right, I was down 40%, you guys remember that, but I held, so I never had any actual losses. I don't have any actual losses until the moment I cash out. So right now I am in a positive with Mara, I think 20% or so, and it's just because I stayed in. So with the people with AMC, GME, you got people who say, I have the faith, I want to make my money back if I invested, let's say, AMC at $17, and they're hoping that the people who are buying it around like the 626 level, right, they're gonna either go back up. But yeah, so that's a dangerous thing about investing in this kind of stock, you know, the meme stock, because you can make a lot of money if you time it right. But in the event that something unforeseen happens and then you're not able to cash out in time, or you're left holding the bag, you will have a lot of pressure on yourself. So so the GME thing is, it's really changed how I see stocks. And I don't want to have like a high stress level, and I also don't want to I also don't want to I also like I don't want to be one of those people who it's like I'm micromanaging and looking at the stocks every freaking minute. When I did that with GME, it just like, yeah, I did that over $1,000, and now that I look back, I'm like, why did I spend all those hours looking at freaking GME so much? Um, because I have like, I don't care about my other holdings. It's because I know that it's pretty freaking solid. JD will just go up or unfortunately go down, but it always kind of stays within a range. So those kind of stocks are stable. Like Microsoft, nobody's really worried about Microsoft, right? Microsoft is a very, very stable company. So yeah. But with this kind of thing, you don't know. So this one, it went up 13% today. Okay, so you buy over here, it goes up, it's good. But what if it went down? Then what? You're screwed 13%, and you don't know if the people are gonna hike it back up 13%. If you're a day trader, I'm sure day traders love AMC, but I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. I just don't want to be holding on to a stock and then I mistime it and then it turns into GME number 2. So I changed my strategy because of that. And let's look at actually GameStop. 57. See, so it's staying around the $50 range. I've actually seen it go up to 80, and I still held because I was like, yeah, let me see if these people can get it up to 148, $150. That's gonna be a real big stretch. But if you look at Wall Street Bets is saying things like, yo, we gotta pump up GME again. We gotta buy GME. You know, just take your paycheck and throw it all into GME. That's the only way we will make back our money, or we can make this stock shoot to the moon. And it's just, at some point, I think people kind of, they don't want to put more money into GME because they see it like, I mean, it sucks. Again, you look at the 3-month chart, stupid 3-month chart. I don't know. Usually my charts are really nice, but today it's screwy. Okay, let's go 3-month. So the 3-month, oh my gosh. You know why I think it's all screwy? Because I can't zoom out. I don't think I can zoom out. I think, okay, let's just go. Let's go to the tried and true Google. So yeah, you can see it spiked. It was over here, and then it went up, and then it went down. And you hope that it goes up to these highs, but when you look at this historical, right, it just seems like it's probably going to stay on this like bottom half. And then this price over here was like 92. I'm not seeing it go up to 347 again, but, or, you know, Mr. 483 over here. But again, I could be wrong, and maybe if I hold on to this stock for 10 years, maybe it'll be in the 200 ranges. We'll see. Or, you know, 300 range, and we'll see where Bitcoin is. So, yeah. So that is my plans for the future, and I'm gonna get back my $2,000 because it's just, yeah. And then tell my ex, hey, in the event that you manage to find the seeds, and this is like a trust thing, right? In the event that you manage to find the seeds, I will give you back the $2,000, and then you can give me back, you can give me whatever's on that Ledger Nano S, and that would have to be like an exchange or something like that. And that's how it should be. But yeah. It just sucks. It just sucks. The one time that I have an investment and I do it through another individual and I don't do it myself, it just bombs right into my face. But I think even though it's kind of a painful thing, I think to myself it could have been a lot worse, and at least I'm able to get my initial money back. So it's not all was lost. And yeah, I'm really thankful that, of course, and I know some people would say, well, Erica, words are empty. You don't know if you're going to get the money back. And I have a pretty good feeling I will get the money back. So, let's see here. Nokia, is this it? Nokia, let's look at Nokia. 416. Oh. I remember I was thinking about buying Nokia at $5. I was thinking about buying a few shares at $5, and this was early on. Let's see. Hey, who the hell thinks about Nokia now? Okay, let's look. The 1 month. Yeah. Oh, see, look, 5 would have actually been up here, in the spike. So 469. Yeah, it's gonna have to go to 469 before it hits $5, and just not seeing it. Just not seeing it. When you look at the chart, it goes, it goes down, and then it goes up a little, and then it goes down, up, down, down. It will probably go back maybe to 401 or back to 387, just where it should be. No one's pumping up Nokia anymore. I saw Nokia and I was like, F that. I'm not going to just buy into a stock just for hell of it. Yeah, everything went down today, Suki. It's like you gotta, like, the thing about the stock market, like, let's say, give me this, SPY. Let's say this, right? You could have bought, let's say the 1 year, right? You could have bought over here. And then you're like, okay, let's cancel this out because this was the situation, right? So this kind of stuff was unprecedented, right? But you could have bought over here, and then it goes down a little, right? You'd be like, oh man, I'm losing money. It's 319. So let's say you buy it at 323, right? And then you're like, oh, I'm losing money. It's 307. Oh, it's 310. Oh, it's 307, 300. Oh, but look, it goes up. It goes up, right? And then slowly but surely, but also keep in mind the days advance. So right now you're at 357, and then it goes back down 339, but you're still better than your 323. Oh, wait, look. Okay, you're back where you were before, 322. But then it has, because it's gone from over here, I can pretty much safely say, like, yeah, it's not going to tank all the way down over here, so it goes back up again, and then it goes back down. This time it seems the low instead of 323 is 326, and then it just slowly goes up. You just give it time. And then, yeah, do I see 389 going down to 323? Not so easily. Not so easily if compared to, let's say, the 342s or the 330s. So you just gotta wait. And if you have faith in the economy, then you're okay. But keep in mind, like, I know some people, they're like the real paper hand. So they will like buy over here 323, right? Oh, where is my 323? They'll buy over here, and they'll be like, they'll see the little dip, 300, and be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose all my money. Oh, I gotta sell now. And there's a lot of people like that. They're just like, oh, I bought it 10% higher. Yeah, I'm gonna sell because I don't want it to go all the way down to 246. And then they sell, and then let's say they forget about it for 6 months, and then they look at it and they're like, wait a second. Wait, how's a 372? So that's the problem when you get out of stocks and you forget about them, because sometimes they will recover. And something like SPY, I have full faith in SPY. What I learned from the situation, I bought SPY puts just like a lot of other people, because I thought, well, all the signs show that the economy is going to crash lower, so I believe it's going to be a certain price. It's going to be this price because I was seeing it decline, right? But that didn't happen. The government stepped in, Jerome Powell stepped in and just, put in a limited amount of money. So I lost $2,000 on my SPY puts. And I realized from there, especially there, because this, like I said, this was unprecedented. I don't want to ever go against the US economy like that. Like, yeah, some people they do the puts and they say, oh, the thing will crash, but I don't feel comfortable doing it against SPY because it's just like bad news can come out from anywhere. I don't know if there's going to be, some aliens coming out from, I don't know if there's going to be aliens that arrive from a distant planet in 1 week, and then, or maybe, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. But until that kind of unforeseen thing that's way beyond our circumstances, that some government entity can't save us from, I believe that the stock market as a whole will continue to go up. You might have shakeup, so yeah, but you can see, like, if you had purchased back in 2016, actually, I don't even know if I can go max. Let's go max. Yeah, so some people were talking about this. See this? So you have this, and then 146, 143, and then if you have like a bad market, it could take you years to recover. Some people talk about this, and this is like, you can see like the 2008 crash. It took a while, right? Because it went over, let's say it was over here, 150. It took a while for it to go. It took like 4 years for SPY to recover, but it did recover overall. So yeah, so some people, they'll say, so some people, they will tell me things like, oh yeah, Erica, the stock market crash is coming, the stock market crash is coming, pull out all your money, the stock market crash is coming. And I look at the chart and I say, okay, what if the stock market crash comes? What if I'm down some money? I'm not too worried about it because I'm planning to be as long anyway. And for some people, if they're into any stocks, right, they'll probably have stop losses set in. So if their stock tanks a large amount, they're going to say, frick it, let me just cut my losses and then I'll be okay. So, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. So this, when the pandemic happened, it should have tanked lower in my opinion, but it didn't. It went down sharply, and this is when we had all the people out of work. This is when we had businesses shut down. What did it go down to, 253 or so? 253? Is that right? Let me check. Year to date? No, 1 year. So it looks like the low was 222, and then if I look at the max, we're looking at about 2017 levels or so. And yeah, that's like 4 years back, but I'm like, whatever. Whatever. So that is just my thoughts about it. And I think if you're planning to hold long, and you're worried about the stock market, again, just set some stop losses, and then just so you'll be out ahead. If you're like me and you check out your stock portfolio at least 3 times a day. Actually, I check it like 10 times a day. Yeah, because I like to see JD go up. I'm not too worried about that. And I kind of feel like if the stock market just suddenly crashes, and let's say it crashes like 1 week in a row, at some point you're going to say, wait a second, let me just probably sell off some of these holdings. If the stock market does crash hard, I would be very tempted to put Amazon on the the chopping block first, just because, well, it hasn't really done me much favors in the past 6 months. Just being very honest here. Very, very honest here. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of SPY. I'm not a big fan of SPY. I moved some holdings around, not financial advice, but I sold Dia today. Dia, this one. I was looking at it, I was like, frick, this is kind of stagnant. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of it. So I sold it at 9:30 today. And then it crashed. And then I know people online were saying things like, oh, the stock market is tanking, sell all your stocks, it's over. Because there have been people on the media saying things like the stock market crash is coming. But when you read the comments for some of these people, some people will say, like, this person has been saying the stock market has been crashing for the last couple years. So yeah, if you're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong. I could say stock market is going to crash 2017. If I'm wrong, then I'll say 2018. Okay, I'm wrong. 2019, wrong. 2020, wrong. 2021, maybe I'm right. 2022. You know, it's like it's either gonna be yes or it's either gonna be no. What did I miss? Did I miss a donation? What? Oh no, I think someone donated to me and I didn't see the note. I just noticed it. Like I saw the amount, but I don't see the message. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it from my end. Oh, now I see it. Oh my goodness, YouTube did not update it. It just kind of froze on me. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, okay. So let me see what I was saying. I missed so many messages. Oh, this is terrible. What does SNLDL? I'm not going to play into that because you guys know how I feel about this stuff. Wow, look at that. Sundial grows. You know, I heard about this. I heard about Sundial. What do they do? Oh, wow. You know what I like? So this is a cannabis stock, right? Sundial is a cannabis stock. Okay, okay. Yeah. I'm not into, I'm into, like, I have, like, a small portion of CGC. This one, I think. Yeah, Canopy Growth. I have a small portion into this stock, but my Aurora Cannabis stock, I put in, like, way more money into Aurora Cannabis back in 2018 because I thought it was really good. And then I'm down like 82% on that stuff. So that's really depressing. So, yeah. So whatever stocks that you have, even if it seems like it's a sure bet, like I thought Aurora Cannabis was going to be a sure bet in 2018, 2019. Whenever it was at the high peak, it can all come crashing down. In fact, they had to do some sort of reverse. They had to do some sort of like reverse split of sorts because like the stock was going so freaking low that if they didn't meet a minimum price, they would have been delisted off the New York Stock Exchange. That's how bad it was. So you win some and you lose some, but I don't play around with like these kind of companies anymore. I have no intention of investing in weed. I have no intention of investing in like chasing a number of these kind of stocks. I just want to focus on some more stable stuff now. Yeah, that's the downside about some of these things. So you will see the stock go up, but then you will also see it crash hard. So I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it really crashed hard too much. So like 121 to 104, that's about what, 20%? Yeah, that's about 20%, right? So 20%, and then it went up, and then it went up. You guys know, I've shared with you guys before, I've invested into ZOM. It don't ask me too much about the technology, but because I'm not really good at rewording stuff, but it's like point of care diagnostics for dogs and cat, and it's supposed to be kind of revolutionary. And when I was reading it, I thought, oh yeah, well, dog and cat care can be expensive. Oreo is a pricey cat for his care. So if there's anything with veterinarian care and it's focused on dogs and cats, what people really love, I thought, okay, put some money in there, see how it is, and then I'll show you guys how volatile this thing is. So I bought in, and I bought in at the frickin' peak at the time, which was where is it? So I bought in, yeah, I bought in around 138, and then it went down to like 98 cents. See over here? So then I saw it go down, and then it just started going up, and then next thing I know, it's at 248. So Yeah, I just put in $200. It wasn't really that much, but I thought, you never know. Maybe the stock will go up higher. Maybe it won't. Maybe this will be a $10 stock, $30 stock in one day. But usually I don't chase after pharmaceutical companies. But it was interesting enough that I thought, I'll just put in $200. Yeah. Competent man brings up a good point. I would recommend taking long-term view. No one likes to lose money on any scale, but normal variations in price can be 5% a day at times. Exactly. So, when you look at the price of a stock, and I know I'm probably way behind on chat. What time is it? Yeah, so when you look at the price of stocks, it's like you might say like, "Oh, the stock's never gonna go back up again," or "Oh yeah, I lost 10%. Oh my goodness, I gotta sell before I lose 100%." That to me is a sign that either those people are really paper hands or they didn't really believe too much in their stock. Because if you believe in a stock, you will ride through the difficulties with your stock or monitor it. And yeah, see, so this was me. You guys, if anybody who's followed my channel knows this one. So 4703 is where I bought it. And then, so I bought it at the freaking peakity peak almost because it was at 50, 4703. And then it just went down. And I was like, what the hell? How come JD is going down? Like, this stock is supposed to go up and then slowly goes up. But then I was too chicken because this was like actually one of my first investments that I made for my portfolio to average down. I was like, frick, I don't know how long this is going to be. You can see, like, it was kind of skating around for 6 months, right? And it still didn't reach that peak. And then with the situation, it spiked up. So I am good right now. And yeah, so what is this? 4703 times 2. What is that? $94. So I am more than 100% up. And it's just me waiting. JD is so incredibly well diversified. I knew that this was a good company. I just was I was just too scared at the time to average down because it's like when you invest, it's especially if you're a first time investor and then you put a sizable amount of your portfolio into one stock, you just think like, crap, what if I lose all that money? What if the 20 goes down to 10? From 47 to 20 to 10. That's just heartbreaking. The problem with dividend stocks, Epic, is this. Dividend stocks typically do not move. So JD is not a dividend stock. Amazon is not a dividend stock. You know what is a dividend stock? Walmart is a dividend stock. This stock is very stable. You can see since 2016, it's doubled, right? So you're looking at about 22% gain every year. And that's pretty safe. But if you look at something like Visa, which is also a very highly recommended hold on forever stock too, from this one, did better. So $70 up to 206, but it's not like the kind of growth that you would get from a tech stock. Compare this to yeah, so these are safe stocks. This is the kind of stock that you hold on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But I got pissed off at Visa because it went down after the situation, right? And then it was just moving sideways. You can kind of see, right? You can kind of see it's like, oh, for frick's sake. So 210. This is February 21, 2020. 208. We're 1 year later and I'm at 206. So I don't like the growth of this because it hasn't grown, in my opinion, right? 208 2020, we're now at February 10th or so, 2021. 206. Yeah, this is kind of like I'm just riding for the small little 0.62 dividend. Not worth it. But I've had some conversations with some people who have been holding on to long-term dividend stocks. So this one, I think it pays you $1.20, maybe $1.05 a share. Let's see what's the yearly dividend. 128 a share. 128 a share. And I just think to myself, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I want to have a higher growth hold than freaking my 128 a share for every $206. So yeah, I want to have more growth. If I want to have this stock portfolio grow, I don't want to just have like a small little sliver. That's infuriating. So that's why I sold Anthem today. I sold DIA today, DIA. I sold that because I was just I wasn't happy with the growth. And I've been looking at this, you guys, too. So I've been using a lot of this year to date. And this is one of the reasons why you see me moving stocks around, because when I look at, let's say, DIA, let me show you guys this. Let's say from 2015 to 2021, I look at this. This is like 11. See this? Like, let's just say without dividends reinvested, okay? 11.41% between 2015 and 2021. And if I look at it, let's say compare this to QQQ, which is another ETF. Let's say 2015 to 2021. This 11.41 versus the 21.69. I'm going to go with QQQ over DIA because I want to make that extra 10%. See it? 11.41, 21%. It makes sense for me to toss this aside and just go with this. So that's what I did. But I'm actually not going to invest into more QQQ. I'm actually going to invest into ARKK for my Roth. Square payments, like, let's see here. Yeah, that's clear. Okay, I gotta share with you guys another funny thing. So I found out there is a cannabis ETF, and I shared it with Lewis today because we were looking at stocks. And you want to know what the name of the cannabis ETF is? I shit you not, you guys. It's called YOLO. It is called YOLO. Advisor Shares Pure Cannabis ETF. The name is YOLO, and it made me crack up because there's another stock name, and of course it's called weed. I think it's called weed. I think that's the name of it. Weed stock. I forgot what it is. It's like, yeah, grow. I forgot what it was, but YOLO for a cannabis ETF. That is such a funny name. So this has been growing up quite nicely. And you can see, but see, it's been like progressively going up over time. Jeez Louise. Yeah, see, I like this. So I don't, let's see what the 5-year chart is. Ooh, what happened here? See, so 2019, it was at 24, and then it took a downturn. And then it went back up again. What caused it to tank down? That I don't know. I don't really like charts like this where it goes up and then it goes down, because I kind of worry because you have the momentum with the cannabis stocks. I'm kind of worried that if the hype dies down, it's gonna go back down. Is it even worth it to buy such small amounts? Depends. You know, for me, I have most of my holdings, like, I don't touch my other holdings, but there's like a small amount of money that I play around with. And then I just, like, if it gains up, I'm like, yeah, I make a little bit money, and then if it doesn't, okay. But I kind of had this thing where when you see certain stocks, you see it shoot up, you think, oh, okay, let me play around with it, and then maybe I can get some gains, and yeah, because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to touch any of my main holdings. That kind of stuff, I'm letting it ride through. But for like smaller amounts, it's like if I lose, let's say $500, $1,000, I would just think like, okay, my other plays will cancel it out. Kind of like gambling. Kind of like gambling if you're chasing the dip for sure. If you're chasing it going up. So, for instance, right? This looks fine, but as a long, I'm not too sure how this is gonna be because I got burned, right? I got burned for the longest time on Aurora cannabis, freaking, and that really changed my perception about cannabis. I don't know why exactly they didn't do well. So they went up like 14.29% today, which is good, but yeah, I'm down definitely. I'm down over 80% last time I checked. But it's been going up. See? It's been going up. Hopefully this stuff goes back up. I really hope it does. It depends, Suki. So Suki asks me, do you think it's better to average down or sell and rebuy at a lower price? It depends if you believe or if you think you can time the market. Because sometimes, for instance, right, you have some people, like for example, Tesla, right? You got some people who say like, oh crap, Tesla went down, I'm going to sell it. And then here, let me show you guys this Tesla stock. So you have some people who, let's say they bought Tesla, right? And let's say they bought in $67, right? And then they see it go up, and then they see it, they're like, oh crap, yeah, it's wait, where am I? Yeah, so let's say they bought it $74 in 2017, and then they see it at $61 later. And they're like, screw that. I'm not gonna buy Tesla because I lost money, and let me buy it in a later date. So they forget about it. Let's say a month later, and then then it just starts shooting up, or wherever it started shooting up. Like, see over here, like it went down $58. So the person who sold out earlier will say, oh yeah, good thing I got rid of Tesla because I would have been bag holding between let's say the sell price of, like if they got out at $64 between $58, like that adds up. But Tesla ends up shooting over time. Actually, it mostly shot up this year. No, yeah, it shot up around here. Yeah, so then and then let's say someone buys at 180, and then they're like, oh frick, it dropped down from 180 to 133, so they sell out, right? And then next thing they know, it's at 167. So it gets kind of dangerous because like how I am with stocks is like if I sell them, I'm not keeping track of them. So this one person who bought it, let's say 442, if they decide to sell out, or around here 388, and then they don't, they forget about it rising up. It's like you have to time it up really well. And Tesla had just been shooting up so crazily. I'm like, like it doesn't look that serious when you look at this chart, but it's like Tesla just went up really freaking fast. And but yeah, you have to have faith in your stocks. So it's up to you. If I feel comfortable with it, like ARKK, when the stock crashed today, a little, just like 1.5%, I saw it. So it started up. Let me show you the 5 days. So it was like over here, right? And I saw it was like 157, and then it went down to 152, 153. And then once I saw this, I was like, oh, let me buy a few. And then it's recovering. So I do this whole thing where I just average slowly, but it's not a really big dip that I saw. But yeah, when there was a crash around here, I bought a bunch of ARKK too. So I usually try to buy the dips in, and because if I feel like it's gonna recover. Tesla right now, you guys see Tesla? It's at 809 right now. I know Tesla fanboys will say, oh, Erica, it's going to recover. Don't worry about it. It's just like, I look at the 1 month and I'm like, ugh. I don't know. I don't know. I bought it over here, and then I bought in at like 8:37 or so. Yeah, so I bought in like around here, I think 8:30. What where did I buy? I bought in around here, and then I think it went down or went up, and then it's just going down. So I don't really want to play too much on this because I don't know if it's gonna when is it gonna hold back around the 850 ranges, 845 range. Seems like it's kind of, I don't know. I don't like it around like on the lower half of it. If I invested in earlier, right, then maybe I could have gotten in around the 622 ranges, but I didn't start adding a little bit more Tesla into my portfolio until last month. So yeah, hard to time it. Hard to time it. Yeah, that's what people say. A lot of people say that kind of stuff, but I am at a 300% gain on Tesla, so I think I'll be okay. I don't see Tesla going down 300%. If it does, it's not going to be like in one day. So, lot of faith in Tesla. But the problem is that Tesla has so many competitors. There's a new one coming out. It's called, let's see, Amazon EV. It's like, it starts with the R. I talked about it, Rivian. So Rivian is going to IPO later this year. You guys already know about Lucid because I talk about Lucid. They are selling, I think, in the spring or so. They're selling this year. I think it's spring. Yeah, so it's commence. See, deliveries are expected to commence in the spring of 2021, and that's really freaking soon. So, yeah, so Lucid is coming out. Rivian is gonna come out. Of course, there's already Neo. So much competition, and I don't know where these companies compare to Tesla, but I know Tesla does some things really good that other companies are not at that level yet. But Lucid, they said that they had more range than they have more range than Tesla, and then they're also more compact as well, if I remember correctly. So I thought, if the CCIV merger goes through, I know the stock went down today, but if the CCIV merger goes through, then, and it's like 40, 50, $60, then great. But if it doesn't go through, then my whatever my price was, I think my buy price, I think, is like $29 and 19. No, my on my TD Ameritrade, I think it's $29, and my Robinhood, it's 19 something. So yeah, I'm okay with the Robinhood, but the TD is a little slim. Tesla to me is not just a car manufacturer. They also make batteries, and then they also do the solar system. They also have the HVAC system, right? Tesla HVAC? Yeah, HVAC. Yeah, see this? Home heating and AC systems. So they are diversifying, and it's a good thing, but it kind of scares me when I see the when I see, the price not really going up as much. You would think that people would say, "Oh, this is such a great deal. Let me scoop it up at 809, 807, and it's at 810." Okay, 812 now. Yeah. So, just scary stuff. So I don't want to average down just because I like I said, I look at the chart. I'm not too big of a fan of the chart. I don't want it to go back down to 793. Yeah, he's kind of like, people like his personality, and people are attracted to that, for sure. But I don't know, just so much competition with Tesla. I'm just gonna sit from the sidelines a little, and yeah. But so, there are people who 100% feel like when the stock price goes like down, like 800 levels or 793, they're like, I'm gonna go all in, and I have to, they want to have 100% Tesla portfolio because they think about, how much Tesla has grown in 1 year, right? 1 year it's gone up a lot. But I kind of question at some point, where does that amazing growth end? And Does it keep continuing up, going to like 900, 1000, 1200 a share, and then they do another split? It's really hard to say. So until I feel like there is more stuff going on for Tesla, or unless I feel like a little bit more certainty, then I don't really want to invest in Tesla. Even if it means like paying at a higher price, because 814 right now, right? It's like I rather have it break out a little higher and then average up, so I have a cushion rather than stay around the little 840s, 830, 814 range. What? Thunderbolts. Yeah, so Elon, um, yeah, I don't think people would be as drawn to Tesla if Elon wasn't there at the helm. That's just my thinking. But you guys see what he does to like cryptocurrency. He mentions like Bitcoin, it shoots up. He mentions like Dogecoin, it shoots up too. I've shared with you guys in my community posts. I want him to talk about JD. Like, please talk about JD.com. I know he's not going to talk about it, but I wish he did, because then the price would go up to like 112. Or talk about Amazon, because I would be very, very, very happy as a shareholder, but he's not going to do that. So, yeah, but the crypto plays, it's yeah, I'm genuinely wondering how it's going to play out in a couple years. My prediction is that because I feel like you got a lot of new investors coming in, and people are more um, open-minded about investing in different kind of things. I expect cryptocurrency to be just continue to get bigger, because you got more gains from cryptocurrency daily than, let's say, a stock. Apple stock is not going to be having 20% gains randomly, just for no reason. But crypto, it's kind of like all demand. That's my take on it. So if nobody talks about crypto, it's gonna go in the shitter. But if people talk about crypto, then it's gonna have demand. And I think that people kind of get conditioned to the idea of crypto, because they say, "Hey, this is a much better play to have than a stock." And what wins out at the end, in terms of stock price in 10 years, we'll see. We will see. There's sometimes it's like Bitcoin went down a lot because nobody was talking about it, but so I don't know if crypto is going to maintain the price that it is right now. I don't know if it's going to go down drastically. But people who are invested into it, they really want the price to hold. And it's understandable. It really is understandable. So anyway, it is 2:31 p.m. and I got to get doing laundry, and I need to eat, and I need to get some things done. So I will talk. Oh, my dishes are done too. Yeah, I've been talking for 1 hour and 34 minutes, so of course my dishes are done. Yay! Yay! Time flies by so quickly when I talk to you guys. Super, super, super quick. So, yeah, I try to get like things like laundry and whatnot done. So, we will see what happens to the stock market tomorrow. I think it should be fine. ARKK recovered, basically. Yeah, 156, 154. It's such a small difference. It's not that big. And yeah, ARKK, I'm a real big fan of it. I know the expense ratio is kind of high, but I think, like, man, it's a nice portfolio, because it just seems to go up. But when the bubble burst, because I know you have some people who are like, oh, the stock market is gonna crash, it's right around the corner, kind of thing. Then ARKK will take a tumble for sure, because the holdings are, I think, 10% Tesla, and then you got other things too. Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, I believe. a lot of companies, a lot of ETFs are basically Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Google, that sort of thing. Just different percentages. So yeah, but until then, I hope that my little portfolio continues to gain and gain. Look at this. Look at the ARKK thing. Look at this. So you guys remember how I was telling about Visa, right? Visa was like 206. I think it was 208 last year in February, and then this year it's 206. Freaking ARKK was $56 last year, and now it's 146. So when you compare like certain stocks, safe stocks to other like stocks, I just kind of think like why don't I just go with the more aggressive portfolio? And I can always like, you know, if you have a gain and you don't feel comfortable in this kind of stuff, you can always pull your money out and then invest it back into like a Visa. But I think a lot of people, if they are just if they don't see the point to really staying into like a Visa or Walmart for really really long term, they're gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna do ARKK, watch it, and if it tanks, pull out my money and then or hold and maybe go with Visa or something, or but at least you have the gains that you have in the way. Yeah, it just sucks when I think about Visa. It's like, frick, that thing hasn't gone up since 2000. It's the same price as it was in February 2020. So yeah, talk to you guys later, and you guys take care, and I'm excited about what the whole crypto thing is gonna be. Kinda, it's gonna be either, okay, Erica, you know, you wasted, you know, your money on this thing in 10 years, or it's gonna be, okay, it was a good investment. Capital gains tax. Yeah, I notate everything on my portfolio. I notate it down. I have like a little notebook that I use for my stocks, and I didn't realize to today that I wrote everything as like stocks that I sold in 2020, and it's 2021 actually. Whoops. So I had to cross everything out and write 2021 instead of 2020. So yeah, I try to keep a notation of all my stocks. I know I don't have to do that really. A lot of the stuff, it's like you can see it in your like Robinhood, or they send you some sort of tax form. But I like looking at it because then I can monitor it and say, oh, okay, you know, this is what I did, and then this is the amount of money I made from this stock. And I don't keep track of percentages, but I easily could do that, you know, difference between buy price and sell price. And overall, my portfolio, I'm happy after I sold a lot of the holdings like BABA. I just feel so much better not holding BABA anymore. And then putting it into like ARKK. Not financial advice, just my opinion as always. And yeah, if U.S.-China relations issues kick in again, JD just down is going to go back down, but I don't have to worry too much about ARKK. That's what I think. And I know Baba's just gonna, you know, be in the crapper again, because every time there's like bad China news, it's always Baba that takes it. Yeah.